If you're in a long-term relationship and looking to bring more pleasure and satisfaction into your intimate life, the approach you take might make all the difference. I'm Dr. Jocelyn, and I've spent the last 5 years working in urology and men's health. Today, we're talking about the science behind intimacy, specifically, what research tells us about pleasure, connection, and what actually works for couples. Before we dive in, do me a favor. Hit that like button, drop a comment below telling me where you're watching from, and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Let's get started. If you're in a long-term relationship and tend to approach intimacy the same way every time, you're not alone. But over time, routine can become predictable. And while there's nothing wrong with familiarity, studies show that novelty alone can increase arousal and satisfaction for both partners. There are also specific techniques like the coital alignment technique that are designed to increase stimulation during intimacy. I've talked about those in other videos. But what about the classic, everyday approaches most couples already use? Can any of them improve the chances of mutual satisfaction? Let's look at what the research says. The first major study on this topic was published back in 1978. Researchers surveyed married, mostly college-educated women who had been in relationships for at least 2 years. They were asked which approaches they used, how often they used them, and which ones led to satisfaction most reliably. Interestingly, the approaches they used most frequently were also the ones most associated with positive outcomes. At the top of the list, face-to-face with the man on top, face-to-face with the woman on top, face-to-face lying on the side. But of course, that was 1,978 times relationships and preferences have evolved. So let's fast forward to something more recent. A newer, large-scale study was conducted in the Czech Republic. Over 20,000 people participated, about 11,000 men and 9,000 women. Most were in relationships, college-educated, and in their 30s. On average, they had intimacy about 4 times per month. In this study, participants were shown illustrations of 13 common approaches, some involving penetration, others not. They were asked to rate each one for pleasure and to report how often intimacy led to satisfaction. Here's where things get interesting. The most commonly used approaches were still similar to the older study: face-to-face with the man on top, face-to-face with the woman on top, kneeling rear entry. But here's the concerning part. 1 in 3 women reported not experiencing satisfaction through penetrative intimacy alone. That number is significantly higher than what's usually reported in the medical literature, which is around 12%. One possible explanation: lack of adequate external stimulation during intimacy. The survey didn't go deep enough to confirm that, but we know from prior studies that many women require direct or indirect external contact to reach satisfaction. Now, of the women who did reach satisfaction during intimacy, about 25% said they achieved it 3 out of every 4 times. The study found that women who experienced satisfaction more consistently were usually a little older, perhaps because they understood their own preferences better and communicated those needs more clearly, tended to have intimacy more often, favored specific approaches, face-to-face with the woman on top and sitting face-to-face, less frequently used kneeling rear entry. In positions like woman on top or sitting face-to-face, the woman can control depth, angle, and rhythm. These approaches often allow for more consistent external contact, both direct and indirect, leading to higher pleasure and more frequent satisfaction. So if you're not exploring those approaches often, give them a try. And if things have become a little predictable in your relationship, experiment, try something new. Even a small change in approach or setting can rekindle excitement and increase satisfaction for both partners. And just a reminder, there's no single right way to be intimate. What matters is communication, exploration, and mutual enjoyment. Many men focus so much on technique that they forget the most important factor: being present, paying attention, and responding to feedback. Ask questions, listen, adjust. The best lovers aren't the ones who've memorized a script, they're the ones who are genuinely present and responsive. Now, let's talk about something that often gets overlooked. Your physical health plays a huge role in intimate satisfaction for both you and your partner. Circulation, stamina, confidence, all of these impact how you feel and perform. If you want to support your body from the inside out, I recommend focusing on a few key areas. 1. Improve circulation. Your ability to maintain firmness depends on healthy blood flow. That means regular cardiovascular exercise, a diet rich in nitrates, beets, spinach, arugula, staying hydrated, avoiding smoking. Natural supplements like L-citrulline from watermelon extract can also support nitric oxide production, which helps open up blood vessels and improve circulation. 2. Support hormonal balance. Testosterone plays a crucial role in libido, stamina, and overall vitality. If you're feeling low energy or decreased desire, it's worth checking your levels. Natural approaches include getting better sleep, lifting weights, reducing stress, increasing zinc intake. Supplements like Tongkat Ali, fenugreek, and nettle root are also commonly used to support healthy testosterone levels and prostate health. 3. Strengthen your pelvic floor. Kegel exercises aren't just for women. Strengthening your pelvic floor can improve erection quality, ejaculatory control, and overall stamina. To find your pelvic floor muscles, try stopping your urine stream mid-flow. Those are the muscles you want to strengthen. Practice contracting and releasing them for 5 seconds at a time, 10 reps, 2 to 3 times per day. Gentlemen, here's the truth. Intimacy is about more than just mechanics. It's about connection, presence, and mutual care. The best thing you can do for your partner and for yourself is to stay curious, communicate openly, and prioritize both physical and emotional health. If things have become routine, don't be afraid to try something new. If you're struggling with confidence or performance, don't suffer in silence. Talk to a doctor, address the root causes, and take care of your body. You are not too old. You are not past your prime. Small changes can bring real comfort, freedom, and confidence. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it. Subscribe for more expert men's health advice every week. And drop a comment below, let me know. What's one thing you learned today? Take care of yourself. Learn what works for your body. And remember, your pleasure, your health, and your happiness matter.